Alright, welcome back to more of Zelda's Butt. And we're going to be going through level 8 in this part. So true to its name, it's a lot of crystals in this place. Luckily this place isn't too difficult. Find a lot of dark nuts in here, so your hammer will serve you very well in this place. I think this is the first time you find Pole's voice, actually. When they have the usual weakness, but I'm trying not to use arrows since I'm kind of a little low on cash, given I just spent a whole bunch of it on super bombs. Now if you pound this crystal here and find a hidden passage, take you to a slightly different area. Interesting that there are blue levers here. And just kind of going down to this dead end first. Now, of note, this doesn't have the weird mechanics where, you can't hit an enemy while they're in midair. So, you can kind of hit them on any... just hit the, the sprite there. But on the same token, you can't hide on the edge of the screen. So you actually have to move around, otherwise they'll just jump into you. Now on the bottom of the screen you're okay. And this is just an empty room. You actually fall down there from another point. Kind of a nice background here, although it can be a little bit blinding. Yeah, see the hook shot again, not good at close range. Well, I think there's some quest that I've played that the hook shot doesn't do that, so it will just straight up stun enemies. It makes it a lot more useful. And this first part's actually kind of annoying because you're gonna have to work just to kind of go back and forth, just to hit switches and then go back and explore another passage you couldn't explore before. Four-headed Gleeok. Not as big an issue now with the magical sword. Again, it's linear, but if you go the wrong way, you have to keep backtracking because you keep hitting dead ends. I'm trying to think of how many more super bombs I have to get here. I still need a good number of them, so any extra money I get is welcome. I'm not sure what the point of this room is. I mean, you could light the little torch, and I'm not sure what that really does. But if you do the same thing in this room, you actually get rid of the obstacles to the right there, and you might have actually gone to that passage early on in the exploration and found that you're stuck there. Yeah, now you have to backtrack all the way back, essentially to the start. Pretty much what I would do just to find like a wall master or something. Just to shortcut this. So I'm not sure how far you have to stand so that you don't actually just stun, or so you can stun the enemy, rather than just damaging them. I would guess maybe like a couple spaces or something. Because I know if you're too close, you can actually damage the enemy. Yeah, I think as long as you're not like right next to the enemy, you're trying to stun. Yeah, if you're like right next to him, you're actually gonna do damage. But I think you just, if you can keep a 2 space distance, then you can actually stun the enemy. And then you gotta backtrack all the way to back to the room with the Gleeok, I believe. Yeah, this is where it gets a little bit annoying. Well, luckily a bunch of empty rooms, so nothing too tricky to navigate. Again, it's just making a big circle, opening up shortcuts along the way. We have the dongos here, and I'm not even sure how many there are in this game. Doesn't seem to be that many because kind of rare to find these. And you get the magic wand for taking out those dongos. Actually doesn't use any magic. I think it's normal white sword strength. And again, you know, I got the magic book way earlier on, but it's pretty much useless. I don't think you need that magic book fire for anything. There is actually a pay-for info room, and one of them mentions this. You know, you see the room with all the kind of the sparkles. You can actually fall down this hole, so you make sure you get your lens out. And how the magic wand is used here, again, other than pay for info, you have to use your wand on these crystals. Pretty much just to, like, activate them, or, you know, whatever, however it makes it work. Well, might as well put my magic wand to use for some damage. I think that was an empty room. And you're gonna notice these types of little puzzles. So you can't reach the crystal, but you have one of these little triangle deflectors. And you're gonna be seeing that in a few other places. And one of the challenge dungeons I'm going to be going into pretty soon has that type of little mechanism as well. That's why I need to get the magic wand before going in there. I get some of my bombs back. Okay, so a couple paths here. I actually want to go on this side first, because you get some extra goodies from here. So I might as well pick up this extra heart piece. Pretty much like the hookshot's getting like used in like every level. You've got these types of gaps you have to cross. Okay, so to get that boss key, you're gonna be up against this. 3 regular man handlers, which alone isn't that difficult, but what makes it tricky is that hole in the left side. You kind of want to hold, your position away from that hole if you can. And of course, the manhandlers are going to be camping out over there. I'm not going to go over to that left side. I don't feel like falling down and having to go through this whole place again. Okay, now I can fall in this hole. It's gonna take me back, I don't know, somewhat random spot. I still have to do a bit of backtracking. I kinda wish it took me back to the start, actually. I think that's where you need to go. Okay, I don't think I've actually gone on this side yet. Kind of odd thing, you're not even told how much this stuff costs, actually. But again, I'm not gonna pay for the secrets because I kind of already shown you what they all represent. One of them was for some of the spots you pound the crystal and you find hidden stairs. One was about that hole with the sparkles in it. And the other one is just using your wand on crystals. At least that's just a basic idea of what the hints are. I believe that's a sword bubble. Although your hammer works just as well in this type of room. Yeah, this map is kind of large, and you have to include the blank spaces there, because I kind of went through all that already. I mean, that blank space was just the whole loop around kind of the perimeter just to get to the wand. I don't really care if I lose my sword for a few seconds, because again, my hammer does just as well in this type of room. Take more free money. Kind of a linear path to the end now. I think you have to go left first. I mean, if you go up, you just, I think you just hit a dead end right away, so there's no backtracking required. Well, as long as I'm getting 5s, I'm getting net gains of money. Okay, this room looks empty, but if you use your lens, you can see where you need to kind of aim for. Not very fond of the setup of this. It kind of puts you in a really bad position. At least that's how I can put the magic book to some use. Let the fire do some damage. Okay, so the boss roar doesn't really help you much because I think it's really generic. Doesn't really give you a clue what you're battling. Here you fight the Circle Patra. Again, Magical Sword really helps. Otherwise, a hammer is probably going to be your next to best thing. And before you grab this Triforce piece, if you notice the upper left corner, it almost looks like there's another passage here. Which in fact there is. And again, if you know, you can actually pound this crystal there. And find another magic jar in this place. Okay, now we can actually collect this Triforce piece. It's already filled up the whole Triforce. And, you know, actually pretty close to finishing the kind of the main game. But as mentioned, there's a lot of these challenge dungeons, so we'll be going through all those. And that's what actually takes up a whole bunch more of the time. Okay, so level 9 is actually this way. I'm going to spare that for the next part. I'll start going in there, at least to pick up one item that will actually help me for some of the other dungeons. Alright, see you guys later.